What's poppin', peeps? It's your boy, for CancerMoonsTarot, and I'm coming at you guys with the daily readings. The first one I see is the first one I read. Let's get it poppin', baby, and see what's going on for all 12 of my motherfucking zodiac signs in love. Hopefully, you guys are doing fantastic. If so, let me know down in the comments down below. Links in the description box down below for my Instagram, my Twitter, and my TikTok. If you guys want to drop a follow, I would greatly appreciate that. Shout out to the notification gang. I would love to see my notification gang pull on through. As always, the first sign I see is the first sign I read, and the first sign I saw here for today is Pisces. So we're gonna go ahead and get it started shortly. But I just wanted to say happy Wednesday, everybody. Thank you for tuning in. Apologies, by the way, guys, for yesterday for not being here. As I previously mentioned, for yesterday, which was Tuesday, I had a tattoo appointment, which I ended up getting my tattoo. It came out flawless. I'm super happy with it. So I just got to be, a little extra careful right now as I have an open wound on my arm. So I'm just going to be a lot more careful with my movements and stuff. But regardless, guys, appreciate you tuning in. Thank you guys for letting me take off yesterday. And I'm happy to be here today. Happy Wednesday to every single one of you. All right. Beatrice says, I love your opening song. Glad to hear that. Some people don't really like the opening song that I have in the intro. I personally like it. It's kind of like I feel like a 70-30 at times, but I'm glad to hear that you like it. But yeah, happy hump day to all of you. You like my voice, so thank you. I appreciate that. Oh my gosh, beautiful. Thank you guys. Yeah, I appreciate all your compliments. Seriously, my tattoo artist did a bang up amazing job. I don't know if bang up is the right way to say it, but he did an awesome job. Appreciate the heck out of him. And it's really, really cool. It came out exactly how I wanted it to. So just gonna, do my best to let it heal as quickly as I can. All right, though, guys, with that all being said, we're gonna go ahead and jump on into it, and we'll see what we got going on. We're gonna start out here with the fish and see what we got in store here for the Pisces. All right, let's see what's going on, baby. Thank you, Marlene. Appreciate it. What do we got showing up here, please, for the zodiac sign of Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus in the next 24 hours? What's going on here, please, for the zodiac sign of Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus in the next 24 hours? All right, Team Pisces, we're going to get this last and final shuffle, and we'll see what we got going on here for the fish. Hopefully the fish are doing well. Pisces, overall energy here for you is going to be the Queen of Swords. So you could be connecting here potentially with an air sign like a Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. Having a look here at your current energy, we do have here the Magician. Taking a look here at what it is you're dealing with, we have here the Ten of Wands, and then looking at the outcome here for Team Piscean is going to be the Empress in the reverse position. So let's see what's going to be in store here for you, Pisces, moving on into your next 24 hours. So we got here first the Queen of Swords all the way paired here with the Magician card. One thing I could say here for you, Pisces, strongly is that Queen of Swords is kind of the card here of seeing a pretty clear direction, and it's more about like not only just seeing a clear direction but knowing where you want to go going forward. It's kind of that energy too about being very blunt about what it is you want. So I feel like at this moment in time, you're starting to become more assertive about what you want going forward in reference to your life and your future. Having a look at your current energy here being the Magician card here is kind of all about being in a space where you're showing up to make sure you get what you want. And as long as you're staying in that very, what's the word that I'm looking for here? I said it just previously, but as long as you stay in a more assertive, that's the word here, kind of energy, you're making sure you can get things done. Now, having a look at what you're dealing with here, Ten of Wands. So I feel like the Ten of Wands showing up here for you, Pisces, has kind of been like the manifestation of not being as assertive as you could have been. Recognizing that there's been a lack of assertiveness has kind of put you into a position where you realize that's put me in a unhappy place. The more less I've been assertive, or the less I've been assertive, the more that I've actually felt like I've dealt with tons of burdens and tons of unhappiness because there's been negative results that I wasn't particularly happy with. So you're recognizing the outcome of being less assertive here, and you're realizing that there's going to be quite a positive benefit here for you if you do start to bring forth a more assertive energy when it comes in terms of things that you want. So I'm not sure exactly in what area of your life you felt less assertive in the past. Maybe you felt less assertive in friendships, and that's something that can very well likely happen. Maybe you felt that way in relationships, you felt that way in your career, but ultimately here for you, Piscean, you have felt this less assertive kind of energy for quite some time, and you're recognizing if it's impacting me this negatively, the best thing that I can do is I can switch things around and do a complete 180 and become more assertive in my life so that I can get to where I want to go. It's also kind of identical to as putting yourself first or making yourself more of a priority here at this time. And looking at the outcome here being the Empress reversed, even though the Empress reversed is a card that usually symbolizes that there's a lack of growth, you're recognizing that in order for growth to take place, you kind of have to reverse your own self-image. I think for many Pisceans here, one of the biggest reasons on why most people naturally tend to be less assertive is because they might put themselves in a perspective where they don't see their value as much, or they feel that other people are more valuable than themselves. Coming from a Cancer, right? Me being a Cancer sun, me being a Cancer rising as well, I grew up in my life many times often feeling that other people were more important than me. You know, I grew up often feeling that other people should have all the shine on them, and they should have all the good things. And when I looked at myself, I didn't see as much value as I saw value in others. And that caused me to be a much more less assertive person in almost every area of my life, whether it was there's a girl I like, and then this guy who I'm kind of friends with likes this girl. So it's like, okay, like go for it. You know, why not? Even though I really liked this girl. Whether it was money. Okay, I have an opportunity to take this, but maybe this person's more deserving. Let me hook them up instead of myself. Whatever area it was in my life, I used to be that person who wasn't assertive, because the way that I looked at my value is, well, other people are more valuable, you know? And at the end of the day, that wasn't necessarily true. So with that being said here for Pisceans, I do feel like moving into your next 24 hours, you're kind of recognizing like the first thing that I genuinely need to do here is I need to start reversing my self-image, start becoming more assertive, and then I'm not going to be dealing with burdens here any longer. Instead, what I'm going to be dealing with is results. I'm going to start to get what it is that I actually want going forward. So absolutely love that here for you, Piscean. Really, really do. I think it's a great message overall, and I'm happy to see that you guys are moving in this direction. You know, coming from a person who's been in this place before, I know exactly how it feels, and it's really nice to start stepping back up for yourself and believing in yourself and being more assertive overall, because you genuinely do deserve it. So with that all being said, Piscean, thank you for tuning in. Really appreciate it. Hope you enjoyed that message. Hope it resonated with you well. All right. And by the way, guys, just to answer a couple questions I did see in the chat, somebody asked, Fire Fred said, are you reading in reverse? So for the daily readings, I don't do any particular kind of sign order. I kind of just go with the flow. So whatever's the first sign that I see somebody comment in the chat, I'll read that sign, then I'll make up a random order as I go. So we're not going from Pisces to Aries. It's just going to be a random order. And then another thing that I wanted to mention, somebody was asking about personal readings. So I do not offer personal readings at this time. Be mindful, guys. There may be people who impersonate me who might try to reach out to you and pretend to be me and try to give you a reading. What they really want to do is take your money. So please watch out for scammers. I will never go out of my way to DM you, to ask you for money, or to ask to read for you. Now, in reference to personal readings, there will be most likely personal readings in the future. I'm probably going to bring those back at some point, along with some other personal services. It has been in the works for me for a couple of months of what I've been thinking of doing, what I've been planning. So when those do get brought up, and when I am in a place where I'm doing services, you guys will have the whole run-of-the-mill, you know, rundown of everything on what you need to do and how to go about it appropriately to make sure that you're contacting with me. Okay. All right, though, with that all being said, we had Pisces go first, which is water. So we're going to go ahead and do water, fire, air, earth. Pretty easy rotation today. Jumping on into the fire signs, though, let's go ahead and have a look here at the Sagittarius. Let's see what's going on here for the birthday peeps, baby. All right, what do we got going on here for Saggy? I just smacked the hell out of my microphone. That really did not feel good. Regardless, let's see what we got going on here for the Sagittarian gang. What's happening, baby? Messages here for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. In the next 24 hours, you do have a Queen of Wands jumping on out here for you. You could be possibly connecting here with another fire sign for a few of you. Queen of Wands, just as a quick side note for Sagittarians, it might resonate to you, it might not. Just throwing this out here, you might be getting called here to be more confident in a situation or to be more bold, okay? So take that how that resonates to you, if that's something that you needed to hear. So Sagittarius, whatever situation you're dealing with, if it calls for more confidence, if it calls you to be more bold, don't be afraid to do so, all right? Regardless, though, happy birthday to you, happy season. Hope it's been well. All right, what's going on here for Team Sagittarius? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus in the next 24 hours. All right, Team Saggy, we're going to get this last and final shuffle, and we'll see what's up, baby. Hopefully all is well. Sagittarius, overall energy here for you is going to be the Ace of Cups in reverse. So you could be connecting here potentially with a water sign, Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio. By the way, Pet Mama Cooks, thank you so much for the 191. Really appreciate that donation, my love, okay? Moving along here into your current energy, Sag, we got here the Queen of Pentacles reversed. Looking at what you're dealing with, we have here the Three of Wands, and then lastly for the outcome for you is going to be the Wheel of Fortune in the reverse position. So let's see what's going on here for Team Saggy. Sagittarius, moving on into your next 24 hours, we have here the Ace of Cups in reverse, paired all the way here with the Queen of Pentacles in the reverse position. I can definitely say right now, you're kind of caught up in some things you don't exactly love, is what I see here for many of you. You're kind of caught up in a situation that you don't exactly love. I think right now there might be something that you're invested in that you're not particularly happy about, you know? Moving into the next 24 hours, it can be something really basic. It doesn't have to be anything super extreme. Maybe in the next 24 hours, it's like, oh, you know, I have plans that I don't really want to be a part of, but either way, I'm showing up and I'm going to go do something, you know? Maybe a friend wants you to do something you don't really want to do, but to make them happy, you're doing it. You know, maybe your parents want you to show up to some dinner. You're not really interested, but you go anyways, right? It's like, okay, I love my parents. This will make them happy. Fuck it. You know, there could be a very simple energy like that occurring for you, but if it's not about that, it could be very well likely that you're in a space right now where you're, you know, doing shit that you don't necessarily love, whether it be a job, whether it be being involved in a certain romantic relationship, being involved in a certain friendship, being involved in a certain kind of hobby. You know, you're kind of wrapped up in something you're not particularly in love and happy with. Now, when I look at what you're dealing with here, you're dealing with the Three of Wands. You're waiting for the day when you can say, I'm done. I'm out of here. I'm walking out. I'm keeping it popping, pushing, and moving motherfucking forward. So you're waiting for the right time, or waiting for the right day here, Sagittarius, to make the change, to walk away from what you don't resonate with, to walk away from what it is you don't really want to be a part of right now at this time. But here's the thing, that day is never going to come until you decide that it's time. You know, a lot of people often feel that the right time or the right day is something that exists. Me personally, I don't believe it ever existed. I think that we only figure it's the right time or the right day when we decide to actually do it. You know, if you want to walk away from something you're not particularly happy about or keen about, you can walk away right now. It doesn't matter if you do it today. It doesn't matter if you do it tomorrow. It doesn't matter if you do it the next day. You literally have the ability and option here to walk out any given moment that you want. So I feel here for you, Sagittarius, it's more about having to get out of the ideology here that there's a right time or the right day. And it's more about deciding to say, okay, if I'm not loving this, if I'm not happy with whatever this is right now, then I might as well decide to walk away now. Why keep on delaying the inevitable if this is something I don't want to have be a part of my life? And when you look at the outcome here being the Wheel of Fortune in reverse, Wheel of Fortune in the reverse position showing up here for you means that you're not changing, but instead you're continuing to remain stuck in a cycle that you don't want to be a part of. So for Sagittarians that are ending up resonating with this at this time, you know, my best advice is like, hey, you know, the more that you keep on delaying the inevitable, the more you're keeping yourself in a place that makes you unhappy. If you plan on leaving at some moment in time, what's wrong with today? There's no day better than today. You know, I kind of feel would be the best thing I can tell you. There's literally no day better than today for you to walk out of what's not making you happy and to start moving your life in the direction of what will. Point blank, period. You know, the more time you keep on sticking around in this, the more time you're going to continue to be unhappy. There's no such thing as the right time or the perfect time or the best time. The right time and the perfect time is always going to be when you decide to go ahead and walk on out. All right, Sagittarius, let's keep it popping, pushing, and moving forward. So we did the fire, we did the water. We're going to go ahead and hop on into our air signs, and we're going to have a look here now. Oh, excuse me. We're going to have a look here now at the Gemini and see what's going on. So what do we got showing up here for the Gemini, baby? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus in the next 24 hours. What information is going to be showing up here, please, for the lovely zodiac signs of Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus in the next 24 hours. By the way, for the 119 peeps in the chat, if you guys could drop a like, I'd really appreciate it. Thank you all so much for tuning in. Thank you guys. All right, baby. We're going to go ahead and get one more shuffle here for the Gemini, and we'll see what we got going on. Hopefully all is well. Gemini, overall energy here for you is going to be the Empress in reverse. So you could be connecting here potentially with like a Libra for some of you. Having a look into your current energy, we do have here the Two of Pentacles. Looking at what it is you're dealing with, we got the Five of Pentacles in reverse. And then looking at the outcome here for you is going to be the Sun card. So as far as what I'm seeing for Team Gemini, let's get on into it. First things first, you could be connecting with two other signs. Okay, so you could potentially be dealing with here a Libra, or you could be connecting with here a Leo. Now, Empress in reverse to the Two of Pentacles. Empress in reverse is usually a card that either shows up as like a lack of growth, or it could be a card here that could be not feeling so confident or not feeling so loving towards oneself. It could resonate to that as well. I kind of feel like that's more of the spectrum that it's resonating towards here for you, Gemini. You're kind of fluctuating about how you've been feeling about yourself is what it looks to me mainly, because you got here the Two of Pentacles and then you got here the Empress in reverse. So it's kind of like you've been fluctuating about how you've been feeling in reference to yourself. Now, looking at what you're dealing with here in the next 24 hours, this is where the good news starts. You got here the Five of Pentacles Pentacles in reverse, which means you're about to come out of this feeling. For those of you guys that know the Five of Pentacles upright, Five of Pentacles upright usually means feeling left out in the cold, feeling isolated, feeling stuck, feeling kind of alone with what you're thinking and what you're feeling. But now it seems to me like you're coming out of the cold here, aka you're coming out of these feelings and emotions. So if you've had an interesting couple of days or an interesting past 48 hours or so where you've kind of been feeling on and off about yourself, there's been a part of you that's been loving who you are, there's been another part of you that's been maybe having a bit of a negative self-image, things here seem to be shifting, okay? You're coming out of that, where if if you've been in a place where you've kind of been putting yourself down a little bit, you're stopping that and you're deciding to say, you know what? I don't need to do that, right? Nobody needs to put themselves down. Unfortunately, we do as a collective. I think it is a very human thing sometimes to expect a lot of yourself or to put yourself down. And I think that society plays a big role here as well. But I think it's very important to remember that there's a lot of you that is so damn beautiful. There's a lot of you that's so fucking amazing that, other people can't even comprehend. And I think that it's important to remember those amazing qualities of the person that makes you the unique individual you are. And it's important to express that. So moving into your next 24 hours, it's about realizing, I'm putting myself down, but why? Why when I can just be happy? Looking at the outcome here for you being the Sun card here is indeed the card of happiness. But with that statement that I just said, I think it's a very important statement too, because I said here, why when you can just be happy? Kind of indicating that happiness is a choice, and happiness is indeed a choice. So when it really comes down to it, the next time you catch yourself, gnawing into you, being really, kicking yourself when you're down or kicking yourself down in general, when you catch yourself in that space, why don't you ask yourself, why not just be happy? Why not just smile? Why not just love who I am and appreciate who I am going forward? By the way, Kay Oliver, thank you for subscribing to the channel. I appreciate it. So with all that being said here for the Gemini peeps, I think that moving into your next 24 hours, there's going to be a great change here. It's like, okay, I've been down on myself for the past couple of days, but seriously, why not be fucking happy? Right? So I love that for you. And I think it's a good vibe. And I think it's always important to remind ourselves that happiness is indeed a choice. And if we so choose it, we'll experience a much different kind of life and lifestyle, point blank period. So that's what we got showing up here for you, Gemini. Thank you guys for tuning in. Gratefully appreciate it. So we finished up the water. We did the fire. We did the air. Jumping on in now into our earth sign. Let's go ahead and have a look here at the Capricorn. Let's see what's going on here for Cappy, baby. Messages here for Team Capricorn. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus in the next 24 hours. What information is going to be showing up here, please, for the zodiac sign of Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus in the next 24 hours? What do we got going on? By the way, for the 130 peeps in the chat, if you guys could drop a like, I'd appreciate it. Thank you all so much for tuning in. It really means a lot to me, man. Hope you guys have been enjoying everything that has been going on here lately, all right? All right, though, Team Capricorn, we're going to get ourselves one last and final shuffle. And we'll see what's up. Hopefully all is well. Let's take a look here, okay? Capricorn, overall energy here for you is going to be the Page of Cups in the reverse position. So you could be connecting here possibly with a water sign like a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Taking a look here at your current energy, we do have the Ace of Wands in reverse. Looking at what you're dealing with, we do have here the Queen of Swords. And then looking at the outcome here for you is going to be the Two of Cups in the reverse position. So Capricorn, let's see what's in store here for you. Coming on into your next 24 hours, we got here the Page of Cups in the reverse here, all the way to the Ace of Wands in the reverse. I would say here for you, Capricorn, you're kind of in a space right now where you're not really thinking about a future anymore in the way that you originally did. I think right now your perception or your perspective of a certain kind of future isn't really in the cards for you anymore. It isn't really in your reality anymore, is what's showing up here for you. Something's entirely changed is what I'm hearing. Maybe this is the energy of, let's say, you and another person, whether it be a friend, family member, lover, it's like you had a plan for the future. Maybe something happened that messed up that plan. Maybe in love, you had a plan with somebody to build with them, to marry them, to have a family with them. And then maybe something deceptive could have came. And if that's the case here for you, it's like, well, that plan's off, that deal's off. Things aren't going to go in that direction anymore as I once originally thought they would. So I kind of get a vibe here, Capricorn, that things are changing. More so a future here is changing that you originally thought you were going to have with someone or something in your life. Looking at the Queen of Swords being the card of what it is you're dealing with completely cutting out the idea of whatever this future could have been. And with the outcome here being the Two of Cups reversed. Two of Cups reversed is a card here that represents disconnection. And with that disconnect in mind, I don't feel like you're interested in not only building that future you originally thought of building, but I don't think you're interested in continuing to go forward with a person or with a situation as well. It's kind of that vibe here of you completely cutting someone or something out entirely because something here has changed. Now, I can't tell you, exactly what specifically here has changed. For every Capricorn, the situation here is going to vary. And of course, if this resonates to you, your situation will be different for each Capricorn that's tuning in and watching. But I definitely feel here, though, for many of you, it's like something here has changed. Okay. And it's changed significantly. And that's pretty much what's overall changed the idea of what the future would be. It's kind of like the deal's off. The future is not going to be the same anymore ever since something here has happened. Interesting. All right, Capricorn. Well, I am sorry to hear that for those of you that do resonate with this message, because I'm not sure, how invested you were in whatever this future could have been, might have been. I'm not sure if this was a future you looked forward to, but I'm that kind of person that really tends to believe that everything happens for a reason. Everything happens for a reason, no matter what it is. And I think that if this isn't meant to be, something else sure as hell damn will be. Okay? All right, my beautiful Capricorn peeps, let's go ahead and keep it popping, pushing, and moving forward. So we finished up our first batch, We finished up our first batch here of zodiac signs for today's daily reading. We're going to go ahead now and jump back on into our water signs, and we're going to go ahead and have a look here at the Scorpio. So let's see what we got going on here, baby. What's showing up here for Scorpio? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus in the next 24 hours. What information do we got rolling on in here, please, for the lovely zodiac sign of Scorpio? What's happening? What's crack-a-lacking? And what's popping? All right, Team Scorps. I feel like you guys are coming in quick. We're going to get this last shuffle. And we'll see what's going on here, baby. Hopefully all is well. Scorpio, overall energy for you is going to be the Empress. So you could be connecting here possibly with a Libra for a few of you. Having a look into your current energy, we got here the Nine of Swords in reverse. Looking at what you're dealing with, we have here the Eight of Cups in reverse. And then looking at the outcome for the Scorpio, we do have here the Queen of Swords. So let's go ahead and jump on into this and see what's going on here for you. All right, Scorpio. Empress card here, Nine of Swords reversed. One of the biggest things that I can say is that there does seem to be some relief coming in here for you for sure. Okay, so there seems to be some kind of relief. I think that many of you guys right now are feeling relieved moving into your next 24 hours. It's just that energy of like, oh, I can let go. You don't feel any of this tense energy on your shoulders anymore. It's good. You feel chilled out and relaxed. Interesting. Looking at what you're dealing with here being the Eight of Cups in reverse, that usually is a card that represents something coming back around to you. And I feel that if that's the case here for you, Scorpio, maybe your fear was that you thought you lost somebody, but it actually ends up being somebody coming back and you both becoming stronger than ever. Looking at the overall energy of the reading here being the Empress card is a card that signifies deep and massive growth, but also incredibly deep love and a deep bond as well. So I kind of get this vibe here for you, Scorpio, that maybe you thought you were kind of in jeopardy of losing somebody, but you're going to very quickly realize in the next 24 hours, I was never in jeopardy of losing this person, but instead they came back around stronger and we just needed to rebuild. I think I needed to start to see things clearly and kind of get past the fear of losing someone to recognize that we needed to rebuild. What I thought I was losing wasn't the person. What I was losing was the foundation. I was losing the foundation of what we used to be, and what we used to be was what didn't work. And this is like the big realization you're having. I wasn't losing the person. I was losing the foundation of what of who we were and what we had. And I thought that was kind of equivalent to losing the person, but that's not true. That old foundation, that old way of doing things, that's what wasn't working. But what now will work is starting new, creating a better foundation, creating a foundation that's more solid. And with a more solid foundation, you can create a more wonderful relationship. And when I say the word relationship here, guys, this can be any kind of relationship. It does not have to be just, strictly romantic. It could be a relationship to people within your family, your friends, your loved ones. It does not have to be strictly romantic based. So I love that for you. I think you get to kind of realize, oh my God, I really equated, breaking down our old barriers, our old structures, thinking that was me losing the person, but that's not what was happening at all. Instead, I just didn't realize that we needed to start from scratch here to really build up something even better. Sometimes you got to tear down that old tower to make a really nice 5-star hotel. well. You know, even though the Tower card didn't pop up here, that's something that I always use as an example. A lot of people are like, that's an interesting one. But the way that I use that example when you see the Tower card is that the tower needs to fall, it needs to crash, it needs to burn so that you can build something better than just a tower. Towers are outdated. Why don't we get ourselves a nice 5-star hotel, right? What looks better, the old tower, all right, or the 5-star hotel? Now, in modern times, people would say the 5-star hotel. People who have aesthetics might say the tower. Don't get me wrong, my ass is aesthetic, so I might say the tower might look a little better than the 5-star hotel, but you guys get the point, right? So with that being said, that's what I got here for Scorpios moving into the next 24. It's a great, deep relief of like, okay, I'm not losing the person, I'm not losing the situation. What I'm losing is what's not working so that we can start focusing on what will. And that's the beauty in that. All right, Scorpio, let's keep it popping, pushing, and moving forward. So we did our water. Jumping back on in now into our fire. Let's go ahead and have a look here at the Leo gang. Let's see what we got going on. Sorry guys, I keep forgetting to click my buttons. So basically, let me show you guys something real quick. So if I want to pop up Leo, that's great. But if I want to switch to another sign, then the other sign will cover it unless I unclick the sign first. So that's a little pain in the butt. So sorry if you see that get messed up every now and then. But regardless, jumping on into the Leo, let's see what we got going on for you beautiful people. Hopefully you guys are doing well. So what do we got going on here for the Leo gang, baby? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus in the next 24 hours. What information is going to be showing up here, please, for the zodiac signs of Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus in the next 24 hours. All right, Team Leo, we're going to go ahead and get ourselves one last and final shuffle, and we'll see what's going on here, baby. Hopefully, all is well. Leo, overall energy for you is going to be the 8 of Pentacles in reverse. So you could be connecting here potentially with a earth sign like a Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. Having a look into your current energy, we do have here the 3 of Swords in reverse. Looking at what you're dealing with, we have here the 3 of Wands. And then looking at the outcome here for you is going to be the Devil in the reverse position. Cool. All right, so let's see what's going on here for the zodiac sign of Leo. So Leo's coming into your next 24 hours, 8 of Pentacles reversed here, 3 of Swords in the reverse position. I think right now you don't really want to work on something anymore, especially when it comes towards heartache, because you're not heartbroken anymore. It's kind of like, I'm over it. I don't want to think about the person anymore, but I don't even think it's about you thinking about the person. I kind of get a vibe where people keep bringing someone up, and the more they keep bringing that person up, you're like, why? I moved on from them already. I did my thing. I'm a-okay. Like, stop bringing up this person. Having a look at what you're dealing with here being the 3 of Wands. 3 of Wands here is that card that usually could recognize or represent waiting on something. And I feel like what you're waiting for is the day where you can fully kind of rid yourself of somebody here in your life. Because if it's not you thinking about this person or asking about this person, it's other people wondering about how you feel and if you're okay and kind of bringing them up. I feel like people aren't letting you live this individual down, and it seems to be very frustrating for you. Taking a look here at the outcome for you, we do have here the Devil in reverse. Devil in reverse here is pretty much you, Leo, trying to shake away the devil. I want to be completely rid and completely detached of a certain person. And it's really difficult when it seems like everybody has to constantly bring it up. But here's my thing. And here's the way that I'm going to view this for you, Leo. Whether or not people bring them up, whether or not people bug you. By the way, coming through like a zoo. Thank you for the $4.99. Appreciate that so much. Good Aries read for the next month. Thank you. Appreciate that. Glad to hear it. But regardless though, for you guys here, it's like my best advice, Leo, for you is think of it in this term. Even if people are bugging you, even if people are bringing up you know who, and you don't want to talk about them anymore, you don't want to think about them, you just want to move on. Ask yourself this question though. Have you actually moved on already? You're going to say, yeah, I have. I don't talk to them anymore. I cut them out. I deleted their number. I deleted their pictures. I don't care about the individual. Then you got nothing to worry about. Other people externally, people outside of yourself, if they ask you how you're feeling, if they bring up, oh, this individual's doing this and that and the third, even if it might be annoying and irritating that these people keep bringing X, Y, and Z up, have you did the work you needed to do to move on? Yeah. So then you're good. Don't worry about other people talking about this person, bringing this person up, even though it can be something that is irritating and annoying. Just know that you already did the work you needed to do to separate yourself and keep it popping, pushing, and moving forward. So long as you did that, that's okay. And eventually, everybody else is going to have to catch up and recognize Leo don't want that person no more. Leo out here doing their own thing. Okay? So Leo, with that being said, that's what I have in store here for you. Just realize you already moved on. You did the work. You did what you needed to do. Don't worry about the other people. You know, it could be irritating, but keep your composure. You'll be fine. Let it pass. The more you don't let it get to you, the easier it's going to be. All right? And by the way, Natalie, thank you so much for the 20. Appreciate that. Very generous donation. Thank you for the super chat, my love. All right? But that's what I got in store here for you, Leo. Of course, take it if it resonates. Leave it if it doesn't. But let's go ahead and keep it popping, pushing, and moving forward. So we finished up our Leo gang. So we did so far our water, we did our fire, jumping on into the air signs now. Let's go ahead and have a look here at the Aquarius gang. What's going on for the Aqua, baby? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus in the next 24 hours. What do we got going on? By the way, for the 170 people in the chat, if you guys could drop a like, I'd appreciate it. Thank you guys so much for coming out. Really means a lot to me, man. Hope you guys are enjoying your time here, okay? All right, baby. What do we got going on here for the Aquarian? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus in the next 24 hours. All right, Team Aqua. We're going to go ahead and gather ourselves this last and final shuffle. And we'll see what's up here, baby. Hopefully all is well. Aquarius, overall energy for you is going to be the King of Swords. You could be connecting here possibly with an air sign like a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Having a look into your current situation, we do have here the Four of Swords in reverse. Looking at what you're dealing with, we have here the Ace of Swords. And then looking at the outcome here for you is going to be the Eight of Cups in the reverse position. So let's take a look here and see what is up for Team Aqua. Aquarius, coming into your next 24 hours. King of Swords here, Four of Swords reversed. I definitely would say here for you that you're coming back very strong, very bold. I do think that the King of Swords here is a card that talks about determination. So I kind of feel like you're more determined than ever to do something. You're more determined than ever to do something is what I feel here for many of you. And I think that that's more so about speaking and living in your truth here, especially when I see the Ace of Swords come out for you. Ace of Swords is that card about living in your truth, making sure that you're doing whatever it is you feel is truly right for you. So moving into your next 24 hours, it's about really embracing and living in your truth. And I think you're incredibly determined to do so. Looking at the outcome that's present, being the Eight of Cups reversed. Eight of Cups reversed here is a card that represents that you're in a space and time right now where you're not going backwards, or you're not going to allow something to set you back, because if that tends to happen, then you're only going to feel further more repressed. So I kind of get this vibe for Aquarians here, that there is a time right now happening where I'm not going backwards anymore. I'm not staying suppressed. I'm not keeping to myself. I'm not dimming my shine. I'm not dimming my light. I'm stepping into my motherfucking truth. And I think it's such a beautiful and relieving kind of feeling to see for you. It's a beautiful feeling to tap into. It's a highly energetic feeling to tap into, because a lot of people really walk through their lives not living their truth and not embracing everything that they are and who they are. And I think that with the King of Swords being that overall energy, you're more determined than ever to really step into your truth right now, due to a situation that might have actually set you back. Eight of Cups reversed. You know, maybe somebody said something, it made you feel a certain way, and you felt yourself going in recluse. Maybe somebody said something that dimmed your light, and you kind of like, you felt other people dimming you, you know, and you started to realize, no, in the next 24 hours, you're going to recognize, no, I'm not going to let people take away from my truth. I'm not going to let people take away from who I am. I'm not going to let people dim my shine. Because I'm the motherfucking star, and I'm meant to shine bright. Think about that, right? Ain't that neat? You're an Aquarius, you're the star card in the tarot, and you're a star. You're meant to shine bright. So don't let no motherfucker mess up with your shine, okay? Don't let no motherfucker dim your shine, okay? All right, Aquarius. I love that for you. Keep stepping into your truth, empower yourself, live as who you are, and don't let anybody set you back, all right? All right, baby, let's keep it popping, pushing, and moving forward. By the way, so hopefully I say this correctly, but Seraph Angel Light, thank you so much for the $19.99. Really appreciate that donation. Thank you so much. You are a gift to all of us, and thank you for your readings. Well, thank you, my love. I appreciate that. You guys are a gift to me as well, man. I appreciate every single one of you each and every single day. And I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for all of you. You know, I'm more than happy to have such an amazing soul family by my side. And if I'm able to help anybody in any sort of way, I'm more than happy to do so. So thank you for your donation, my love. I really, really appreciate it. And thank you. Seriously, means a lot. All right. All right, baby. So we finished up the Aquarius. So we did our fire, we did our water, we did our air. Jumping on into our earth sign now. Let's go ahead and have a look here at the Taurus gang. Let's see what's going on here for the bull gang, baby. What's happening for Taurus? Sun, moon, rising, and Venus in the next 24 hours. What do we got showing up here, please, for the zodiac sign of Taurus? Sun, moon, rising, and Venus in the next 24 hours. All right, my beautiful bull gang. We're going to go ahead and get ourselves one last and final shuffle over here, and then we'll see what we got going on for the bulls. Let's see what's happening, what's crackin'-lackin', and what's poppin'. Taurus, overall energy here for you is going to be the King of Wands in reverse. So you could be connecting here potentially with a fire sign like an Aries, Sag, or Leo. Having a look here at your current energy, we do have here the King of Cups. Taking a look here at what it is you're dealing with, we have here the Three of Swords. And then looking at the outcome here for the Taurus is going to be the Chariot in the reverse position. So with that being said, let's see what's going on here for you. So Taurus, coming on into your next 24 hours, King of Wands in reverse here, King of Cups in the upright position. I can definitely say right now that on a physical level, how do I say it? It's not a physical level. On a surface level, that's the word. On a surface level, you're not too interested in something, but on a deep emotional level, you get it. That's kind of how the reading's coming out so far. I know it might sound confusing, but that's what's showing up here. It's like on a surface level, you're not interested in something, but on a deep level, you get it. Having a look at what you're dealing with here, you're dealing with the Three of Swords. Three of Swords here is the card of heartbreak, the card of separation. I don't feel like this is you specifically dealing with heartbreak or separation, but I think that this is you seeing it happening to somebody in your life. On the surface level, you don't want to pay any attention to it. You don't want to get involved in it. But on an emotional level, you resonate with it because you've been kind of in the same place and the same boat that somebody's currently in right now in your life. You know, maybe you see a friend going through a similar heartbreak situation as you've gone through. Maybe you see a family member kind of going through a similar thing. Maybe you see, you know, a brother, a sister, a person that you work with going through a similar thing. And it's like, listen, even though I don't really want to get in the middle of it, it's like, I get it though. Because what happened to you is what happened to me. And you kind of have a lot of wisdom to offer. You kind of have a lot of good advice here to give to somebody. But, you know, looking at the outcome here being the Chariot reverse, as much as you kind of want to ignore this person who's going through a bit of a heartbreaking time, considering that you can relate so much to whatever it is they're going through, you're saying to yourself here, it's like, I kind of can't dismiss this. This is something I can't dismiss. Maybe I should see what it is I can offer to potentially help somebody who is in my shoes now where I was a long time ago. So it's not going to resonate to every Taurus out there. Absolutely. It won't resonate to every Taurus out there. But for the Taurians that it does happen to resonate to, you can relate. Is the message. You see somebody going through a heartbreaking time, going through a painful time, going through a time of separation, whatever it might be for you. And even if you want to kind of skip over it and just keep on focusing on you and doing your own thing, it's like, I can relate. And I think that that's important. You know, a lot of people who can relate to one another have a lot to offer to the people that they relate to. And I think that it could be very awesome for you if you're able to, you know, give somebody here some help, give somebody here some assistance on whatever it is that you're going through and whatever it is that you're experiencing. So that's what I see here for you, Taurian. Take it if it resonates. Leave it if it doesn't. But I think that this next 24 hours is going to show you how you can relate to somebody on an emotional level. And I think it's going to allow you to be there for them. All right. So it won't resonate to all you Tauruses, but for those of you that it does, I think that being able to relate to them too is also going to kind of open up a pathway as well for even more healing for you, if that makes sense. Because going over what this person experienced and bringing up those emotions that are kind of similar to what you've went through might even be be like a bit of a healing activity for you here as well, is what I could say here. Okay. All right, though. Let's go ahead and keep it popping, pushing, and moving forward. So we finished up our beautiful bull gang, and we also finished up our second batch of zodiac signs. We'll continue, guys, in just a sec. I am going to take a quick short break here to chat with you guys before we go ahead and move forward. So we'll go ahead and move on to the remaining 4 signs in just a sec. I just want to take a quick break for my energy and to keep my energy up. Somebody's asking if I lived in Kansas. I've never lived in Kansas, no. But you might have seen somebody who looks like me. Apparently, like a lot of people have seen people that look like me before. So I don't know. It must be the good genes, right? But regardless, though, we'll continue in just a second to take a quick break. Pisces Love is asking for a close-up of the tattoo. I can try to give you guys a close-up in a second, but if you want to see my tattoo like in its best form, head over to my Instagram, guys, CancerMoonsTarot. You'll see the picture posted on my Instagram story. That's where it has kind of like the full close-up of the tattoo. Hope you guys are doing great though today, man. Thank you guys for tuning in. I appreciate it. We're at over 206 viewers in the chat. You guys are awesome, man. Shout out to all of you. Happy hump day. Happy Wednesday, guys. Hope everything is well. What's going on, Michaela? Thank you for tuning in. Appreciate it. All right, let me see if I can get you guys a close-up. So this is a tattoo. You guys aren't, so from this perspective, you can see it like forward facing you. It's not gonna focus, unfortunately, but this is of Artemis the Huntress, all right? So like I said, if you guys wanna get a better picture, head over to my Instagram, but this will be the other kind of way. So this is kind of like how I see it. But it came out fantastic. I think the hair is fantastic. I love the shading on the hair. I love all the detail. You know, you got a bit of the white over here as well. I think it just came out fantastic. For those of you that are wondering what's at the bottom, this is a deer. All right. And it's really cool, kind of like the positioning that it's put in as well, because there's so many other tattoos that I'm going to get that kind of like interconnect with every space here that still isn't filled on this sleeve. You know, for those of you that have been watching me over the years, you guys know that I got like my entire left arm completely tattooed and sleeved out. I've had that going on for like the past 4, almost 5 years now, but I'm super duper excited to kind of get just the rest of everything going on the right arm and bang out the sleeve. You know, I got the owl over here with the skull that I got about 2 years ago, I think. I got the lion I got 2 years ago. So it's been a long time since I've gotten a tattoo. Mainly the pandemic is kind of why I didn't get the tattoo in the first place, just because everybody was home, everybody was kind of doing their own thing. And I was like, I don't really feel like going out. So with that being said, like 2020 is one of the main reasons why I didn't continue getting tatted. But then 2021 was just a year that I was so busy all the time. So I just didn't have time, you know, but my girlfriend got a tattoo a couple months ago and I was like, fuck. And then I saw my artist, because every tattoo I've gotten, excuse me, thank you very much. Every tattoo I've gotten has been from these same artists. So when my girlfriend was getting her tattoo, I saw my artist. She's like, yo, I haven't seen you so long. I was like, fuck, you know, I've been meaning to hit you up for 2 years, but I didn't know what I wanted. Like, I always knew I wanted this specific piece. I just didn't know how I wanted it. So it was nice to connect with him and hang out with him and just have a good session. It was really cool. Really, really cool. And this tattoo is beautiful, man. Absolutely beautiful. For people asking about the meanings, there's a personal meaning behind it for me, but I do keep it personal to me. Yeah, definitely big personal meaning, but big meaning with this tattoo. It is a tattoo that's been in the making for a long time of what I've wanted. So really happy with it for sure. Michaela says, I got my right sleeve done, working on the left sleeve now. Nice. See, you know, we went in reverse. I got the left banged out first, and then now I'm doing the right. I thought to myself though, I was like, I really kind of wish I got the right sleeve done first, just because I'm right hand dominant. So it's like, it would have made my life easier to have all this done and then just let the left hand kind of just chill. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, with that being said though, super excited about it, really happy about it. And if you guys do want to get that close-up picture, check out my Instagram. Feel free to check it out. It's CancerMoons.tarot. Just go click my story and you guys should be able to see it. All right guys, we're gonna hop back on into it in a second. Just bear with me and then we'll get on into the last 4 signs. Happy solstice, by the way. Yeah, it's a winter solstice today. Really cool stuff. Really cool stuff. All right guys, so we finished up our second batch of zodiac signs, jumping back on into our water. Let's go ahead and have a look here at the Cancer gang. What's going on here for the Cancer, baby? What's showing up here for Team Cancer? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. In the next 24 hours, what information is going to be showing up here, please, for the zodiac sign of Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus in the next 24 hours? All right, Team Cancerian, we're going to get this last and final shuffle, and we'll see what's going on here, baby. Hopefully all is well. Cancer, overall energy here for you is going to be the Page of Wands in reverse. So you could be connecting here with a fire sign such as a Aries, Sag, or Leo. Having a look into your current energy, we got the 4 of Pentacles in reverse. Looking at what you're dealing with, we have here the Ace of Swords in reverse, and then looking at the outcome here for you is going to be the Emperor. So let's see what's going on here for you. Cancer, coming on into your next 24 hours, Page of Wands in reverse here to the 4 of Pentacles in the reverse position. Taking a look at this energy for you guys, I definitely can say here for you that you're not really interested in someone or something anymore, and it does seem to me like it's becoming less and less of a focus for you. So there's something here you're not so focused on anymore, Cancer, and it's becoming more apparent to you that you're not that focused on it. And I think that looking at what you're dealing with here being the Ace of Swords reversed, excuse me, guys. Thank you very much. Sorry about that, guys. Bear with me here. But looking at what you're dealing with, Ace of Swords in reverse, it's interesting because it's like you haven't cut it out yet, you know? I feel like you're less and less interested in something, but you haven't made the decision to cut it out yet. And looking at the outcome here being the Emperor card here is like, listen, as an Emperor, you know, I have a choice to make, right? My life is my life. It's my way or the highway. I kind of get to do what I want and choose to do what I want. So why haven't I cut this situation out yet? I almost feel like this message for Cancers is you kind of questioning yourself. Okay, there's something here I don't pay attention to anymore. There's something here I'm not interested in anymore. Why am I still keeping it around? I feel like it's almost you asking yourself that question in the next 24 hours. And then once you do end up asking yourself that thought-provoking question, you kind of get to the point where you remind yourself, well, it's my reality. So if I don't want something in my life anymore, if I'm not paying attention to it, if I'm not interested in it at this moment in time, this is not what I need to carry with me going forward. It's almost like you're reminding yourself of your power within your own kind of reality. And then I think you're going to make your own decisions accordingly here going forward. You know, whether that be you interested in this moment in time to, you know, cut something out and just do your own thing, or whether it be something different. I think that once you realize here, Cancer, that you are the person with all the power and you are the person who's the decision maker, then it kind of allows you to not be as stressed, and it allows you to say, okay, if I don't really want to have something in my life anymore, if I'm not really interested, I can go ahead and, you know, cut it off, keep it popping, pushing, and moving forward, you know, depending on whatever your situation may be. So interesting message. Not really sure how many Cancers that's going to resonate to. It was pretty odd for sure, but if it happens to resonate with you, do take it with you, and hopefully it can help out as much as I can with that specific message, okay? All right, though, Cancer, let's keep it popping, pushing, and moving forward. By the way, I did see a comment of somebody going, what's in that vape? Don't worry, guys, it's not weed. All right, I was a smoker for many years, so this is just nicotine. It is not the good ganja. It's not the good stuff, okay? Either way, though, let's keep it popping, pushing, and moving forward. So we finished up all the water signs. We're going to jump on into the fire sign now. What's the fire sign that we haven't done yet? It's the Aries, right? So let's go ahead and see what's going on here for the Aries, baby, and see what we got going on. What's happening, baby? Messages here for Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. In the next 24 hours, what's going to be showing up here, please, for the zodiac sign of Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus in the next 24 hours. All right, Team Aries, we're going to go ahead and get ourselves this last and final shuffle, and we'll see what's up here, baby. Hopefully all is well. Aries, overall energy here for you is going to be the Sun in reverse. So you could be connecting here possibly with a Leo for some of you. Having a look at your current energy, we got here the Five of Swords in reverse. Looking at what you're dealing with, we have here the Queen of Cups. And then taking a look here at the outcome for you is going to be the Three of Cups. All right, Aries, let's see what we got going on here. Taking a look at your next 24. Sun in reverse here, Five of Swords in reverse. I could definitely say right now, you're not particularly happy with something. You know, Five of Swords reverse is usually the energy of like, I'm giving up, because I notice that the more I fight for something, the more unhappy I feel. What is it you're fighting for, though? Queen of Cups. I think you're fighting for somebody's approval or love, and I don't know if you're necessarily going to be happy with me saying that, especially if it's not your story, but if it does resonate to you, Aries, I kind of get a vibe here of fighting for somebody's love, fighting for somebody's approval, fighting for somebody to show validity. And Aries are naturally leaders, but when an Aries looks up to somebody specifically, best know that the person they're looking up to is incredibly important to them. Aries usually don't look up to nobody. People look up to the Aries. But if an Aries is looking up to somebody, that person is very freaking important to whoever this Aries is. So whether that's a parent, whether that's, you know, a person within the family sector that has a very high kind of hierarchy that you really care about and respect, there's a space right now where you wish that you would receive more love, more care, and more attention to an extent from whoever this person is, because there's this lack of validation that I think you're experiencing from whomever this is. And when I look at the outcome here being the Three of Cups, yeah, Three of Cups here is a card of enjoyment. Three of Cups here is a card of happiness. And it definitely is saying here for you, Aries, that you do have a lot of things you enjoy. You do have a lot of things in your life that make you happy. But if there's one thing that does get to you, it is the lack of validation coming from whoever this person is that is very important to you and that you do highly respect. All right. And I think that that's what is making you unhappy. You know, it's like, forget everything else right now in my life that's going good and going well. I love that for me. I'm happy about that. But there's this one thing that I really wish I could have, you know, whether or not that's feeling more love from a parent, whether or not that's feeling more love from a romantic partner, whether or not that's feeling more love from a friend, there is this high level of respect and love you have for somebody, but you just don't feel as if it's coming in. By the way, Milk Bread, thank you for the $1.99. Appreciate that donation. Okay, happy winter solstice to you as well. Here's my advice, Aries. I think that the more we try to fight for people to show us that they care, oftentimes the more we get hurt. I think it's important to remember that people do show that they care in different ways sometimes. You know, whether those ways are being very, very open about it and communicating and saying it to you, or whether or not they kind of show it through their actions. Kind of remember that people do show their love in different ways. But what I would say here too is that if you are in a space where you do want somebody to show you more love, you want somebody here to show you more respect, you want somebody here to show you that they care, it doesn't hurt to communicate how you do feel. It doesn't hurt to reach out to that person and say, hey, I've been feeling this way for X amount of time. And I wish that, you knew how I felt. And that's why I'm reaching out here to you today. But most importantly, I wish that things could change. Like, I wish I could feel that level of love that I'm looking for, or that level of validity that I'm looking for. And even though it is kind of a weird thing to do, it feels weird, it feels awkward to tell somebody how you're feeling sometimes, I think that it can have a very deep impact, I've seen many moments and instances where, for example, men with their fathers, they had a father that they grew up with that was always very hard on them. And they took that, they kind of took it as the father being hard on the son. They took it as, oh, my dad's a dick. My dad doesn't like me. My dad doesn't care about me. My dad doesn't love me. My dad's always yelling at me, screaming at me. But maybe that kid didn't always necessarily see the love that the father had. Sure, the father could have loved in different ways and been more comforting and more loving, but or been more expressive of the love that the father had. Definitely big thing to mention there for sure. But I've seen that happen where it's like the son never knew how much the father truly cared until the son asked. One of those days, the son sits down with the dad, has a conversation, and says, Dad, I've always felt all these years you never loved me. Dad breaks down, starts crying, and said, son, everything I've ever done was for you. And I love you and I care about you. These are real life things that happen to people all the time. And I think that this is kind of similar to your case here, Aries, with what you're resonating with. If this is your story, it's like, you really felt like this person didn't care. And I think that the moment you ask and the moment you open up about how it is you're truly feeling, I think you're going to expect, I think you're not going to expect this, but you're going to get a completely different response. It's not going to be what you expected. This person's going to show you just indeed how much they care. And, maybe even work on improving ways to show it even better going forward. So I think opening up here is going to be incredibly important here for your situation moving to the next 24 hours. I think it's going to be really healing and really positive, and that would be my best advice here for you guys overall. Okay? All right, Aries. Powerful message, man. Hit me in the feels over here for sure, but powerful message, and I think it's going to work to your benefit. Okay? All right, my beautiful Aries peeps, let's keep it popping, pushing, and moving forward. So we finished up the water. We did the fire. Jumping on in now into our air sign. Let's go ahead and have a look here at the Libra gang. Let's see what's going on here for Team Libra, baby. What is going on? All right, let's go ahead and have ourselves a look here, okay? Messages coming in here for the zodiac sign of Libra. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus in the next 24 hours. What information do we got showing up here, please, for the zodiac signs of Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus in the next 24 hours? All right, Team Libra, we're going to go ahead and get ourselves one last and final shuffle, and we'll see what we got going on. Funnily enough, the Justice card jumped out here for you, and if you are a Libra, baby, that is your zodiac sign in the tarot, so you guys are coming up loud and proud. Let's go ahead and get ourselves this last shuffle and see what is up. Starting out here with the overall energy for you is going to be the Two of Wands in reverse. So you could be connecting here potentially with like a fire sign, Aries, Sag, Leo. Having a look here at your current energy, we do got here the Five of Swords in reverse. Taking a look here at what it is you're dealing with, we got here the Queen of Cups. And then looking at the outcome here for you is going to be the Page of Cups. Very, very cool. Let's see what we got going on here for your next 24. So Libra, coming into your next 24 hours, we have here Two of Wands in reverse, all the way paired with the Five of Swords in the reverse position. So right now, Two of Wands reverse is usually kind of a card of like, there is no ands, ifs, or buts about it. I'm not thinking about a situation anymore. I'm not stuck in a situation anymore. I'm letting it all go. And that's kind of similar to the Five of Swords here, because Five of Swords in reverse here is a card that represents as well that you're done fighting for a situation or trying to fight for a situation here. Looking at what you're dealing with being the Queen of Cups here is kind of like reflecting on your own feelings and emotions. So Libras, what I'm gathering here so far for you is you're kind of taking a moment to reflect in the next 24 hours. You're taking some time here to reflect. You're taking some time here to look into your feelings and search your feelings and figure out, is a situation in my life currently worth it? Whether it is your relationships in life, where you're working at, or what your goals and dream and career is, you're kind of reflecting like, where am I emotionally aligning myself and what do I want out of my experience in life? And I think you're going to figure it out from the way that I'm seeing this reading as well. I think many of you are recognizing that you're going to figure it out because it takes time sometimes to figure out what it is we truly want, what it is we truly want to align with. But once we stop searching, the answers tend to come up pretty quickly sometimes. And when I see the outcome here being the Page of Cups showing up here for the outcome for you, Libra, it's a card of like, okay, I know where I want to go, so I'm going to go ahead and put a foot in the right direction. Interesting. So to sum up your reading, sorry if it came out a little confusing, guys. To sum up your reading here, moving into your next 24 hours, I feel like for many of you Libras, you're recognizing that there shouldn't have to be a fight in reference for what it is that you want. I think many of you here are tired of fighting for what you want, fighting for what makes you happy. You're recognizing, if I want to align myself with what is going to make me happy, I need to get my foot in the right direction. I need to put my foot in the door, and I need to stop allowing myself to be invested in the situations that don't particularly make me happy. So for your next 24 hours, you're starting to get your foot in the right direction. All right. Where do I wish to be emotionally aligned? Where do I wish to align myself to make myself happy? What would be good for me? And then you know what? You figure it out, and then you get your foot in that direction. All right. You put your foot in the door over there and you say, okay, let's start getting to work. All right, Libra, I love that for you. And like I said, I do feel a lot of analytical energy in the next 24 hours, really analyzing yourself, analyzing your emotions, analyzing where you're at, looking at what you don't want, looking at what you do want. And as you're going deep with yourself, you're really figuring out a lot more about who you are and what direction you want to be going forward in your life. Okay, and I think that's a very important thing, always to analyze. So I love that for you. Really, really good message here, okay? All right, Libra, let's go ahead and keep it popping, pushing, and moving forward. So we finished up our beautiful air signs. All right, moving on to the last but not least zodiac sign here for today. Let's go ahead and have a look here at the Virgo gang. So let's see what we got going on here, baby. What's going to be showing up here for Team Virgo? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus in the next 24 hours. What information is going to be rolling on in here, please, for the zodiac signs of Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus in the next 24 hours? What do we got going on? All right, Team Virgo, we're going to go ahead and get ourselves 2 more shuffles over here, and then we'll see what we got going on. Hopefully all is well. What do we got going on here for the Virgo gang? Virgo. Overall energy here for you is going to be the Emperor in reverse. So you could be connecting here possibly with an Aries for a few of you. Having a look here at your current energy, we do have here the Queen of Cups. Queen of Cups just wants to come out, man. This has come out for the past 3 signs. I've been shuffling thoroughly, I promise you. Regardless though, current energy for you, Queen of Cups, what you're dealing with, 8 of Pentacles upright, and then the outcome here for you, 4 of Swords in the reverse position. All right, let's see what's going on here for you, Virgo. Moving along here into your next 24 hours, we got here the Emperor in reverse, followed up here with the Queen of Cups. So one thing I'll say for you right now is maybe you don't particularly feel like you're in control of a situation. I think that this is more about your feelings and emotions. It's like, Aunt, I can't control my feelings and emotions. Well, yeah, because your feelings are your feelings. They're indicators that tell you what's going on. And at the end of the day, the more you try to control your feelings and emotions, usually it doesn't go too well. Take it from a person here who's tried to control their own feelings and emotions for years, until I recognized that controlling them doesn't actually help. Feeling them is what helps out, right? So moving into your next 24 hours, I think you're recognizing, okay, I can't control my feelings. No matter how bad I want to, no matter how bad I wish I could, I can't. But looking at what you're dealing with here being the 8 of Pentacles, you're saying to yourself, but what I can do is I can work on them. I can go ahead and take a look at them. I can go ahead and invest in them. I can go ahead and take a look at what it is that I'm exactly feeling, and then we can do the work here to let it go. See, a lot of people think that in order to let go of these intense feelings and emotions that they have within themselves, they need to do 1 or 2 things. They need to ignore their feelings, or they need to completely push them away, pretend that they don't hurt, or say that they're gone. But the truth is that, and exactly like, Zephyr is saying here in the chat, you got to feel it to heal it. Point blank, period. The best way you're ever going to find healing is by feeling. So I feel here for many Virgos, you're kind of recognizing that key factor here moving into your next 24 hours. It's like, okay, I can't control my emotions here. I can't hide them. I can't pretend they don't exist. But what I can do here is I can work on them. And how am I going to work on them? I'm going to work on them by letting them in. Let them in. Feel the feels. Let all that shit come on in. And even though it might be overwhelming at first, even though it might be intense, you're doing the work just by simply letting yourself feel, because feeling's healing. And when you look at the outcome here being the Four of Swords reversed, believe it or not, all these feelings that you've had for an accumulated amount of time that you feel have stunted you or kept you stuck or kept you stagnant, now by letting these feelings and emotions in, you're about to see yourself come back to life. And I actually like that example here for you, Virgo. Looking at the outcome here for you being the Four of Swords reversed, you're starting to feel yourself come back to life. Naturally, when we have a lot of feelings and emotions going on and we try to avoid it and we try to push it away, that can usually kind of lead us to feel pretty emotionally numb. But I think that now that you're reconnecting with your feelings, in a way, you're kind of reconnecting with your humanity. And it's making you feel like you're coming back to life here. And I promise you guys, there's not much work that you need to do, but the best thing you can do to start all this work of letting go and releasing is by simply letting it all in. Now, I know I say this kind of message on my channel all the time. For the people who need to hear it, they're going to hear it. Of course, if you don't resonate with it, no worries. But Virgos, your message here, baby, is let in your feelings and stop casting them out. They're not something you can control, and that's okay. What you should focus on doing over here is letting your feelings and emotions in, because once again, you got to feel it, indeed, to heal it. Now, I know y'all hear that from me all the time on my channel, but when that message comes up, it's for somebody who definitely needs to hear it, okay? All right, baby. With that all being said, though, let's go ahead and keep it popping, pushing, and moving forward. And guys, thank you all so much for coming out here to the daily reading, man. I really, really appreciate it. Hope you all enjoyed today's video. Of course, if it does happen to resonate, please do let me know down in the comments down below. Real quick, Heather asked, Anthony, when did you become aware of your gift? Do you realize how much stronger your gift has become? Kudos to you on the way to major sage, or to a major sage. Nice. In reference to when I became aware of everything, I tell a story. I'm going to tell it very summarized, but I've told the story a lot on my channel, like especially when I used to do like late night hangs and stuff. Basically, as a child, I always had a very spiritual connection to things. I used to see a lot of things as a kid. So did my sister. I was very, very sensitive to energy surrounding me. Naturally, a lot of things that I would physically see, physical manifestations, would be like shadow people. And I lived in a home at the time that was very active in energy. So as a child, I always knew that I was very sensitive to things and very sensitive to spiritual things. But at the age of 17, that's when I went through my spiritual awakening. So by going through my spiritual awakening at the age of 17, that's when I started to focus more on manifesting, opening my third eye, taking a look at law of attraction, taking a look at different types of things such as tarot cards, taking a look at psychic mediums. I started getting fascinated by all this because at a younger age, I knew that I was sensitive to spiritual energy, but I never tapped into it, right? So I started tapping into this stuff at 17 to 18 years old. And with that being said, I got started. I don't think I was absolutely amazing or magnificent when I first began. I don't even think now I'm absolutely amazing and magnificent. I think I do what I can. And I think that I'm grateful for whatever, I'm able to do for people. When I do my spiritual work and when I do connect with my guides, I'm grateful for as much help as I can give to people. But the way that I view it is I don't view myself as, necessarily the best of the best, but I can say like over the years I've learned so much more. I think that in terms of what I do, learning to connect with your guides becomes a lot stronger, and that makes the messages a lot more clear. So in terms of when I've started out at like 18 years old, doing tarot and stuff on YouTube, it was way less clear than in comparison to where it is now, almost 5 years later, doing what I'm doing here on YouTube, right? So I think that that's the way that I can explain it for sure. But yeah, things have definitely become a lot more stronger in time. I think the strength or the stronger connection has more so been with my guides than anything. All right. But that's the way that I view it for sure. But regardless though, guys, thank you for being here, man. Appreciate you coming out to the daily reading. Really, really means a lot to me. I want to give a special thank you to everybody who has come out. Happy Wednesday to you. If you can drop a like on this video, I'd appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed it. For everybody who did send in donations today, guys, thank you so much for that. Seriously. Helps out a lot more than you all know. Really appreciate your generosity. Thank you for your love and for your support. Just to throw out here, guys, quick message coming up tomorrow. I'm going to be posting Gemini and Cancer for January 2023. So if you're a Gemini or a Cancer, I'm going to be getting your videos uploaded tomorrow for your January reading. So feel free to check it out. Currently, right now, Aries and Taurus are uploaded. So if you're an Aries or a Taurus, check out your January video for the new year. And as I mentioned already, Gemini and Cancer, you guys will be up tomorrow, okay? And yeah, with that being said, those are the updates I wanted to say. Of course, if you guys want to check out my social medias, you can check them out right above my forehead, or you can check out all my social medias that I have in the links in the description below if you guys wish to drop a follow. Okay. All right, though, guys, with that all being said, I love each and every single one of you. Thank you for your love and for your support. Have a lovely and amazing rest of your day. I'm going to go rest up, guys, and I will see you all later. Much love to my soul family. Take care, y'all, and I'll see y'all later. Peace. Much love, everybody.